is actually my neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, and I know we have a lot of playgrounds that are in great shape, but they just don't take care of themselves. So maybe you could explain a little bit about how we make sure it's safe for the kids.
Yeah, sure. So here at Bryden, we have this lovely feature called the Gravity Rail. It's pretty popular with all children and adults. It does, for the most part, it's been fun, but it does take a lot of maintenance to make sure that it stays on track. Yeah, literally. So yeah, I mean, typically every 2 weeks we come out to take a look at it. We'll pull it down off its carriage. We'll take a look at the inside bearings. We'll make sure all the rollers are free and moving correctly. And then every other 2 weeks, it's just we go through. So it's basically being checked a couple times a month.
Yeah.
And then on demand. So
this is just one piece of equipment. So this happens different kinds of ways, but you do this with other sorts of equipment throughout the city?
All the equipment gets checked over in the city once a month.
Okay.
So it takes about anywhere between 1 to 2 days typically, as long as there's no issues with most of the playgrounds.
Yeah.
So we have 12 different playgrounds at different locations throughout the city we look at. They get checked for vandalism, they get checked for wear and tear, loose nuts and bolts, mostly a visual inspection. And then we replace any parts as needed. And so, yeah, there is a lot that goes into making sure the playgrounds are fun for kids.
So speaking about maintenance, if someone does see something that's like not quite right, what should they do?
So most of our parks, if not all of them, should have signage with contact information.
Okay.
But typically I tell people to write directly to our switchboard. So they can contact 514-2800 or online through request for service.
Yeah.
Any means. The most popular piece of equipment we have is probably the Gravity Rail.
Yeah.
So the kids have to really work in tandem to work at it, because it is difficult for small children to use.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really meant for the 5 to 12-year-old and probably more the 12-year-old.
And is there actually a weight limit on this?
It does have a weight limit of 250 pounds. Some adults with a child could use it, some adults can't. Myself, I can't even. You could take it for a ride after I put it back up if you wanted to, probably.
Sounds good.